Hey, first and fourth block. Back at it again for another day online learning. Apologize if it's a little loud today. We've changed locations. I'm near the dog's bowl, and you can hear her loudly drinking. So let's go really, really quickly. Again, if you're not watching these videos, okay, obviously it's difficult for me to say on the video what to do if you're not watching the video, but let your classmates know, watch the videos, because I just give a quick, brief explanation of what I'm really expecting, okay, and also that way you don't have to make maybe some silly mistakes. For those of you who are wondering about things that have already been put in PowerSchool, what I'm trying to do is, if you haven't turned it in yet, I list it as missing, okay? If you have turned it in, but it's not what I'm looking for or it's not complete, I'll mark it as incomplete. So try to pay attention to those markers. Those will help you understand maybe why you didn't get the credit that you did. If you did turn something in later than it was due, try to be patient. I might not get to it right away. Okay, so let's start out today. Today's going to look a lot like Tuesday did. We're going to start off, okay, there's going to be a interactive grammar lesson on adjective phrases and adverb phrases. So from your assignments tab on Ed, you're going to click on that. It's going to look a little something like this. Okay, you're going to scroll down. Like the ones before, you'll have some lessons on how to use these. Okay, and then you'll have a little bit of practice identifying adjective phrases, identifying adverb phrases. The reason we're doing that is because the next thing you're going to do after you finish this and mark it as done on your assignment sheet is you're going to take the online selection test for Friends Like These. In the online selection test for Friends Like These, there's a question about adverb phrases and a question about adjective phrases. So use the knowledge that you learned from the online interactive resource to answer the questions, the two of them on the test. On the online selection test, it looks a lot like the ones we've been doing all semester, but here's the reminder. A lot of you think that, oh man, I'm just going to write one sentence for those written responses. I'm just telling you right now, I'm promising you, there's no way you can get full credit by writing one sentence. There's just not. Okay, so when the question asks you to take a stance or talk about an author's purpose and then says provide evidence, that's a multi-sentence response. It's probably a full paragraph. Okay, so make sure that you're doing those things, because I don't want you guys to miss out on that and think, well, I'll just throw a sentence in there. I'm just telling you right now, it's easy for me to grade. I want you to do better, but it's easy for me to grade because I can say, well, there's one sentence. It's not going to cut it. Okay, so please make sure that you are giving full responses to what are really complicated questions. All right, and then last but not least, after you take the online selection test, and again, you're going to mark it as done on your assignment sheet. The last thing you're going to do, I don't need you to really work with this too much today, but I want you to be able to have it in your back pocket for next week. So this is a PSA, which stands for a public service announcement. And if you see the background, it says a public service announcement is a message that's usually produced for television or radio about a topic or issue of interest to the public. This one is from the institution, the AmeriCorps NCCC, and it talks about being the greater good. So what I'd like you to do is to watch this probably at least twice to kind of understand and look for things like the camera angles, the music, the types of people they use in the PSA, to really figure out what's the message that's being delivered here. Okay, a lot of times there's a lot of time and effort that goes into messaging. What's the message that's really being delivered with this public service announcement? So I'd say watch it at least twice. Don't mark it as done, because I do want you to be able to access it next week. And if you accidentally do mark it as done or you can't find it, I will post a link to the YouTube version. This one is really close to the one that's on Ed. The music is a little different, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same. So if you do mark it as done, you can always go back and watch it here. I'll post that link on Classroom. Okay. Last but not least, so we were told that we need to do basically 4 days of instruction. So if you keep up with everything, if you've kept up with everything we've done this week and you keep up with today's assignment, then realistically tomorrow, you're good. You can have a Friday off. You can have a 3-day weekend. You'll be good to go. If you have not kept up with it, then what I'm going to ask you to do is to really try and make sure that you use Friday to catch up on anything that you missed. It'd be great for everybody going into the weekend to have everything taken care of. I can get it checked in. I can get it graded. I can get feedback to you. That would be awesome. That's really what I'd like to happen. Okay, so encourage your friends who are maybe not doing it or not doing it well. Say, hey, get on there, watch the videos first, give full responses to questions that require full responses. Make sure everything gets turned in, marked as done, all that stuff. You'll be much happier this weekend if you're caught up there. I miss all you guys. I hope you're doing really, really well. I hope you're staying healthy, and we will touch base. Let me know if you got questions. I'm here for you. I will help you. But if not, we will touch base next week.